Hey guys, Tweak Talker here, and welcome back for another episode. I have a very special treat for you tonight. I have a very big announcement at the end of the video. However, I want to share with you 5 of my favorite accessories for the Canon M50. Now, this is not a Canon M50 review. There's too many of them out there to count. It shook up the internet last year, and everybody was so excited about it. And it is still going strong. As a matter of fact, I've referred a couple of friends to purchase it for their own YouTube and Instagram channels, and they went out and bought them, and they're absolutely loving them and really enjoying seeing their content on their channels and seeing the quality of it, and they're actually using them correctly. So those of you that think that the Canon M50 has a lot of limitations, it does. However, there are workarounds for every one of them. And that's kind of what this is about. I've gone to different sites to find different things to accessorize the Canon M50 to ensure that I fulfill its maximum potential, and just wanted to take a few minutes to save you some time from looking around to give you some ideas of the things that I'm using to fill those gaps. And the first accessory that I want to share with you is the OmLight autofocus adapter for the EF to EOS M converter. Now, this thing is so cool. When it first came out, when they started making different variations of it, it was plastic on both sides and everybody was complaining about it breaking. And now they've got metal on both sides, and this ring right here is an off-brand that I picked up for around $40, and all of these items will be linked down in the description below. If you just click on my link for my kit equipment, it'll take you to a website that has a list of everything that I own, and this is on there. So for $50, I'm using this thing every day, and it opens up the margin of lenses that you're using, because the Canon M50 only has a couple, and when you use EF lenses, and Canon's got a long line of them, now you're increasing your arsenal. So not only can, if you already have EF lenses, you can find them very cheap, or you can see them, on Craigslist, or find them on Craigslist, or pawn shops, everything. You could find a Canon lens that someone has just gotten rid of because they don't need it anymore, because they've gone on to bigger, better things. Well, now you can bring those things back to the bigger, better world, because this adapter right here opens up a whole new world for that. Another adapter that I really enjoy using right now are these step-up rings. Now, the step up and step down. So if you're using UV lenses and you're outside and you want to open the aperture up to get that nice depth of field and decrease the amount of noise because your ISO's turned all the way up, you can use these step up and step down rings, and I got these for $17, and it pretty much covers the entire array of any ND filter that you can use. Now, you don't want to go to a wide angle lens and step up so far that you actually vignette the corners, and you darn sure don't want to go from a smaller UV filter to a larger lens, which you can do, but you don't want to go to extremes too much, because then you will be vignetting yourself to death. So for $17, these are really nice to have to open up the options for any ND filters that you want to use. Another accessory that I like to use, and I picked these up for $24, are these batteries, external batteries, because the Canon M50 battery does not last very long at all. So if you spend $24 on these off-brand, they don't last as long as the regular batteries for Canon. And of course, you buy a Canon battery, you're going to pay a little bit more, and that's nothing against Canon. They make quality products. However, these off-brand batteries, will give you that peace of mind of knowing that, well, I'm running out of battery life and I still got at least a couple of hours left to get me home, and they could quite possibly save the day. Another really, and this probably isn't anything new to you, it is to me, because I've only been getting serious into the camera world for about 4 or 5 months, are these ND filters that are variable ND filters, and I took them to work with me, and everybody wanted to mess with them and wouldn't leave them alone. But one of the most ingenious devices ever to me, because you don't have to carry that many ND filters out into the field. You can just adjust the ring, and it'll turn it up and down to adjust for certain scenarios outside, and you can keep that open aperture and that nice depth of field and keep the grain down by simply just having a variable ND filter. And with the step up and step down rings, this can be used on most lenses, and it's very versatile and I love it, so I highly recommend it. And I think I picked that one up for like 20 bucks, and that's also in the description below, so I highly recommend that you take a peek at that one. The other accessory now that I want to show you is actually connected to the Canon M50 that I'm filming on right now, but it is an external power source, so there are no batteries plugged into this camera at the moment. I am using plugged straight into the wall. And again, you know, for a budget, you know, adapter for $25, $30, somewhere in there. I didn't spend any more than that because my wife would kill me. You can just unplug, you know, plug one of your old batteries, stick this one. It looks like a battery with a little power adapter in it. You can actually close the door on the bottom of the M50 and you plug the power adapter in under. If you have the M50 and you look underneath it and you see the little rubber stopper, that actually comes off and swivels around, so you could actually put that power adapter in there. So they were thinking that somebody was going to do it. Canon didn't actually do it first. They probably do have one I'm just not aware of. But the third-party vendor that came out with this for, you know, $25, $30, you know, beat them to the punch, I guess. But it's a nice accessory to have when you've got your camera set up inside and you're going to be doing a million takes like I have to do, because I have to rehearse everything and I have to say everything about 4 or 5 times before I get one good clean take. That is, at this point, since I'm so new at this, still mediocre, but I'm getting the job done. But I'm trying to get the word out there on some of these alternatives to share with you guys. The last accessory that I do want to share with you, though, is a field monitor by Newer. I've got it connected right now to my Canon T6i, but this thing is a lifesaver. And you see this little adapter right here. I don't have those in my links of descriptions, but I will after I finish filming this. I'll put these in the description below as well. These are very cheap. You can get these for like $6 or $7 for a pack of 2, and they adjust your, you know, any equipment that you have. I think I have one here. Yeah, I have one plugged into my Tascam voice recorder, and also to hold up my field monitor. And having the field monitor, you have so many different options, like for instance focus assist is one of my favorite things to use. So with the red hue, you're actually in focus now, so that's a really cool feature to have. And you can change that red to, I think there's 2 other colors that you could pick, green being one of them. Not sure the other one right off the top of my head, but it's nice to be able to have a larger screen to get a better idea of what you're going to, and if you're wanting to film in a specific ratio, then you've got these little boxes here that you can adjust. And I think you even get a cinematic panoramic style box. Yep, so you could actually frame up your shots much easier having that option. The menu guidance system is so easy to use. Kind of hard to see on here, but so I won't bore you with it. But it comes in different modes for audio, video, so you can have a different type of input, or you can go back to HDMI, which is of course connected to the Canon T6i at the moment. One of the downfalls of this, and most people have returned them, is they turn them on and plug them into their cameras, and they have a loud whistling, whining, spewing white noise. Well, that's because they've got the volume turned up, and there they are, left and right. So turn the volume all the way down, and you won't have that problem when you're recording. And then you want to play something back, then you turn it up a little bit, and you can actually hear it through the monitor. Not the best quality of speaker, but it's, you know, it's functional. So those are the accessories that I use for my Canon M50. I hope it saved you a little bit of search time, and if you're new to the photo world, I think these are some very necessary tools to get you off to the races. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. Please leave any comments, and if you like this, hit the like button, please subscribe, and hit that notification bell for any more notifications coming up, which don't go just yet, because I said at the end of this video I was going to share with you a secret, and the secret is my wife gave me the opportunity. My wife gave me the permission to turn the two-car garage into a YouTube studio. So the construction starts in about a week and a half. And so we're going to break up each one of the episodes as progression of the tear downs, the putting up the drywall, putting up the doors, filling in the walls for the two-car garage, toting things away. And I'm going to allow you to join the journey with me to pick colors, tell me where certain pieces of furniture should go, where I should set up certain lighting and drop lighting, and just throw some ideas out there at me to help me along. We're going to be putting wood floor in there. I don't know if I want to use gray or dark wood or maple or oak, some sort of bland wood color. I don't know yet. That's all going to be up to you and you assisting me on helping me make those decisions. I think Jill's going to have the ultimate say, but we're always open up for new ideas. So if you have any, please send them our way. So I'm really excited about it. I want to take you along with us on this journey, and look forward to seeing your comments down below. So again, thanks for sticking with me, and I look forward to seeing you here in the near future, and have a nice night.